Hello everyone, this is RVer Frank. Today we are going to Portagee Joe Campground, a local Lone Pine campground. Back in the day I spent a lot of time camping here. But recently, political correctness met Inyo County at a town hall meeting in Lone Pine. Surprisingly, both appear to have come out the winner. The initial topic was Inyo County's Portagee Joe Campground off Tuttle Creek Road in Lone Pine. Not so much the camp itself, but the name. Someone had emailed the county supervisors his concern that Portagee was a pejorative term, as bad as spick or mick or kraut, or the one word that need not be spoken. Not appropriate, as the writer said, for a campground operated by taxpayer dollars. I lived in Modesto with a large Portuguese population. Portagee was something they could call each other, but offensive out of the mouth of a non-Portuguese person. This email sent the county supervisors on a search for Joe and the campground's history. They didn't have to look far. The chief administrative officer, also at the meeting, went to his father, a former parks guy for the county, and then to his uncle, who was present for the official christening. His uncle was part of a crew sent to bulldoze an old facility in the area in the 1960s. Joe's campsite, or shack, that part really wasn't entirely clear, was just above the site. The guys decided to name the campground after Joe, otherwise known as Portagee Joe. It was a bunch of blue-collar guys naming something after another, working stiff, they said. Another longtime resident added to the story. The man had a long history here, he said. If you were in the cattle business, you knew all about him. Apparently there are other Portagee things named after Joe. And still, another longtime Lone Pine resident brought up Skinny Gates and Hard Rock Jim, two more unique Lone Pine-esque residents. But there were folks disturbed by the potential offensiveness of an ethnic slur attached to a campground. So they came up with a compromise that seemed to settle the question. Keep the name Portagee Joe, out of respect to the man, but add information at the site to explain Joe's history and how his name became attached to the campground.
I'll wait till you're done.
When they're
It's just something.
when they're out here,
What do you
they're
do?
fine.
What was your function there at the
Now,
museum?
we also have another person here. This guy did a great job in cooking your tri-tip. Rick St. Marie, would you come over here please and get your gift? It is a 1979 gold related 50-cent piece. There you go, sir. You cannot lose that. There you go. We thank you.
Dress code tonight.
wow,
He asked me about the dress code. I said, I don't think there is one. Now we got to have one. Yeah.
What would happen if you had a heart attack or something and died?
everybody wears
What, are you going to ride in a town like that tonight?
No, I am not.
Come on. A double dog dare you or whatever those things are.